Well, welcome back, everybody. I think we will begin the formal presentation now. I know that some of you are just being served, and so please continue to enjoy your lunches while we get the program underway. So first off, I am pleased to begin the 17th Annual Pinnacle Awards ceremony with a presentation of a very special recognition. The W. Grant McIntosh Award is presented to an individual who goes above and beyond the call of volunteerism to the Chamber. The award is given in honor of Grant McIntosh, who served as both a chairman of the board of the Chamber many years ago, and he served as an interim president during a particularly rocky period. Great guy, inspiration to everybody that knew him. And it is my pleasure to present this award to Megan MacMullin. So Megan has been an active volunteer committee member of the Capital Area Student Leadership Program, or CASTLE. And CASTLE is the only program of its kind in the state, giving high school sophomores the opportunity to learn more about the capital city's history, inner workings, gaining hands-on experience in public speaking and other leadership skills, and meet professionals from a variety of industries who are actively involved in the community. This year marks 20 years of service for Megan. She joined the CASTLE Steering Committee upon graduating from Leadership Greater Concord in 2002. Megan at that time was a practicing attorney and played an integral role in planning and facilitating the annual CASTLE's Justice in the Court System Day, which introduces students to local judges, prosecutors, defenders, law enforcement and corrections facility officers, and clinicians who discuss their unique perspectives of the court system. In addition to planning this session day, Megan has made great contributions to the program as a whole, building relationships with local schools, assisting with student interviews, recruiting business leaders to meet with students, and serving as co-chair of the steering committee for the past few years. We are particularly proud that Megan, alongside other committee members, were able to strategize new ways to offer these programs safely during the COVID pandemic. CASTLE was able to provide dynamic, interactive, and meaningful experiences thanks to these tireless committee volunteers. All this was done with an unwavering commitment to the students in the class, knowing that her efforts would result in more youth engagement and community service, volunteerism, leadership, lending to a better community for everybody. So in grateful recognition of service and ongoing commitment to the Chamber, please welcome Megan MacMullin to accept the 2022 W. Grant McIntosh Award.
Thank you everyone for being here, and I'm honored and humbled to accept this award. I want to thank the Chamber, Tim, and Bree, I know you're out there, and all the volunteers who have served with me on the CASTLE committee over the many years I was involved. But a special thanks to Pat Valancourt, who served as co-chair with me for the past several years. As Tim mentioned, I've been involved in CASTLE for many years and enjoyed almost every minute of it. The student interviews, planning the programs, the session day agendas, working with community leaders as speakers, presenters, guides for the students. And some of you are out there here today, and so I thank you. And finally, I just want to take this opportunity to encourage any of you who may be interested in helping the CASTLE committee continue its successful student leadership program. And if you are, please contact Bree at the Chamber. Did I get it right, Bree? And then just a final word on, as Tim said, we all recognize the challenges of the last 2 years in our own lives, but we may not be as aware of the difficulties that the children have endured. And that was evident in this most recent program that we just finished in March of this year, Return to In-Person Programming. Students have lost opportunities to explore, succeed, and fail, all of which are times for learning, growth, and student leadership. I think it's time for people to reconnect with our community, and let's all commit to be good examples for our youth as we return to more normal lives and connecting with one another. Thank you so much. Enjoy the day.
So now it is my pleasure to recognize the Concord Young Professional of the Year, Erin Schaick of Catch Neighborhood Housing. This award is given to a young professional who demonstrates professional excellence in their field, is committed to the greater Concord community, and is actively engaged in the Concord Young Professional Network, or SIPN as we refer to it. Erin is a steadfast advocate for young people in the Granite State in both her work at Catch Neighborhood Housing and volunteer efforts for SIPN. She grew up in Wisconsin and first came to New Hampshire as an AmeriCorps Vista in 2012. In 2013, she began working at Catch Neighborhood Housing and has made a rapid progress professionally, moving from development and marketing assistant to vice president, director of development and community relations, while volunteering for multiple causes and establishing herself as a community leader in Concord. Her work supports the development and renovation of housing communities. Catch owns and manages 325 quality, affordable rental apartments across Merrimack County that over 700 children and seniors call home. Additionally, the historic Endicott Hotel offers 24 convenient market rate apartments in downtown Concord. Erin has been a part of SIPN steering committee for 6 years, in this time serving as both events coordinator and most recently steering committee chair, volunteering her time to plan a vast variety of events, including innovative virtual opportunities that kept the organization connected during COVID. She's played a pivotal role in SIPN's signature nonprofit networking night, which connects young professionals with nonprofits seeking volunteers and board members, as well as helping to lead SIPN civic events, introducing young people to their legislators and creating an opportunity for conversations about issues important to young people in New Hampshire. In addition to a service on the SIPN steering committee, Erin also supports several other chamber initiatives, serving on the Leadership Greater Concord Steering Committee, the Business Grants for Teachers Selection Committee, the Chamber's DEI Task Force, and as an ex officio member of the Chamber's Board of Directors for the past 2 years. And the Chamber is not alone in its gratitude towards Erin. Many other organizations also reap the benefit of Erin's volunteerism, including Stay Work Play New Hampshire, Concord's Multicultural Festival, In Town Concord's Market Days, just to name a few. Erin is an outstanding advocate for young people through her professional life and volunteer efforts. Her leadership impacts New Hampshire residents, and her dedication to promoting community can be seen in all of her endeavors. It is my pleasure to present Erin Schaick, the Concord Young Professional of the Year Award.
Thank you, Tim. I just want to say I'm really glad this award is not a surprise anymore because I'd probably be freaking out right now. I just want to say a few words. In my nearly 9 years at Catch, most of which our team is here, so thank you to them, I have talked about the importance of having a home for pretty much every day. In addition to my day job, I think about what home means a lot too. Many of you know now that I didn't grow up in New Hampshire, and I often confuse people when I fly home to Wisconsin for holidays. But I fly back here when the Packers have lost their annual playoff game and the brandy slush is gone. I moved here right after college in 2012, like Tim said, and I promised my family and friends that I would be gone for a year and come back. But that didn't go as planned. What I wasn't expecting to find in New Hampshire was a kind, generous, helpful, funny, motivated group of young people that not only welcomed me with open arms, but helped me figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life and understand what community truly means. I am so proud of the way that SIPN has grown in the last few years, and I'm grateful to everyone who has helped us do that. The businesses who have hosted us or sponsored an event, Bangor Savings Bank, shout out to you for sponsoring tonight's SIPN event, and the Hotel Concord for hosting lots of great events over the last couple years. I want to thank our awesome steering committee and ambassadors, many of which are here tonight too, or today. A few years ago, Stay Work Play did a statewide survey that found that over 20% of young people did not have a single friend within driving distance. I think that broke all of our hearts. My dear friend Phil Sletton coined the term friendless fifth, and that has become a bit of a rallying cry for SIPN as we seek to connect young people, especially during the pandemic. I encourage all of you to reach out to people who might be lonely, those who live alone, they might be new to New Hampshire, or they work from home, and invite them to one of our events. SIPN is much more than our monthly networking events. We volunteer at the wonderful Friendly Kitchen. We clean up hiking trails. We're running the Rock and Race tomorrow night. It's not too late to sign up for that. And I hope we can soon get back to more of our civics and wellness programs. If you've never been to a SIPN event before, please come. Ask Mark Zabrowski. I saw Byron earlier. We don't have age limits, and we don't define professional. We want everyone to come. And we have a little bit of fun. I did want to thank a few people in particular today. The late Rosemary Hurd, which many of you hopefully know, she passed away about a year and a half ago, and she gave me the opportunity to make this SIPN work part of my day job, and I'm very grateful that she thought I was capable and qualified to do any of it. I hope that all of you in this room will support your young staff, encourage them to network, and keep learning and put yourselves out there, even though it's really hard, and support them in their goals because my boss did for me, and it changed my life. Thank you to the Chamber staff and the Chamber Board and everyone involved with the leadership program. Thank you to whoever nominated me for this award. SIPN is full of really amazing, young, savvy young people, and I'm honored and humbled to be recognized with this award by my peers, so thank you. Thank you to my Catch colleagues who create housing and empower our neighbors to be successful renters and homeowners every single day. Housing affordability is an issue that is so critical to the well-being of our communities for people of all ages. So wherever you live, please support your local developers, building safe places for people to call home that they can afford. We need your voice and we need your support. Finally, thank you to my amazing friends and boyfriend who support me in all my wild, crazy ideas. It's going to sound very cheesy, but I love cheese, so I'm just leaning into that today. You make my life so much better, and you all inspire me every day. Thank you. Finally, I want to congratulate all the other award winners today. I feel like we're all kind of in the same theme here. Thank all of you very much for making Concord such an amazing community to call home. Thank you.
Congratulations, Erin, and thank you for mentioning Rosemary, who was a wonderful board member of the Chamber and a super supporter of SIPN, as you know. So, to present the 17th Annual Pinnacle Awards, please welcome Board Chair-elect Elyssa Alfieri, owner of Elyssa Designer Resale.
Erin, congratulations. I need like a minute after that. All right. Hi. It is a distinct honor to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of our Chamber members and business leaders today. The Pinnacle Awards recognize 3 businesses in the following categories: small business, nonprofit business, and business of the year. Additionally, an individual is recognized as Business Leader of the Year for demonstrating significant contributions in their industry in the local community. To be considered, each nominee must be an outstanding and engaged member of our community and support Chamber initiatives. We are truly fortunate to have so many civic-minded leaders in our community. I know our selection committee would agree that there were many deserving nominees. I would like to thank this year's selection committee, who were the Pinnacle Award recipients last year: John Constant of Constantly Pizza, Tracy Knoll of Associated Grocers of New England, and Sarah Dennehy Lynch of the New Hampshire chapter of Best Buddies International. It is now my pleasure to present the recipients. The Small Business of the Year Pinnacle Award recipient is the Hotel Concord. This stunning boutique hotel in the heart of Concord brings a high-end experience to business, leisure, and political guests. In its first year of operation in 2019 and for every year since, the Hotel Concord has received the prestigious 4-diamond rating for the highest degree of hospitality service from AAA. The hotel has also received the 2021 United States News and World Report Best Hotel Award, as well as awards from Booking.com and Expedia for the highest levels of guest satisfaction. Although accommodations in all 38 signature rooms are sleek and modern, the hotel was built with the historic downtown in mind. Co-owner Michael Simchick stated, "This is not your cookie-cutter style hotel. We created a unique space that reflects the character and charm of the city." One nod to the location's historic significance are the lights high atop the Hotel Concord. In the 40s and 50s, it was popular to top the tallest building in town with a system of colored lights that signified changes in the weather. This system was easy to remember through a clever rhyme, which I now have to do for you, which has been modified for Capitol Commons. The rhyme goes, "Steady blue, clear view." It should be dashing blue, but we don't dash in our city because of ordinances. So steady blue, clear view, dashing blue, clouds do. Steady red, storms ahead, dashing red, snow instead. So now you know why sometimes it's red on the building and sometimes it's blue, because I didn't. The Hotel Concord continues this tradition of keeping local citizens and guests informed with its own set of weather lights atop the Capitol Commons building. They use the same color codes as the rhyme, but also use scheduled lighting schemes for specific holidays, community, and sporting events. This vibrant lighting system attracts visitors traveling up I-93 and celebrates international, national, and local community events or causes. Initially organized to celebrate the hotel's grand opening, the Hotel Concord partnered with In Town Concord in January 2019 to present Concord, New Hampshire Winter Festival, a family-friendly celebration of New Hampshire's coldest season. The event includes a competition between some of New England's most talented ice carvers, outdoor winter games, hot cocoa, a sparkling ice bar, and a shuttle service to the Black Ice Pond Hockey Championships in White Park. The Hotel Concord continues to partner with In Town annually on this community event that provides winter fun for residents and visitors alike. For over 17 years, Capitol Commons and the Simchick family have been integral to the South Main Street neighborhood and intertwined in the community. The Hotel Concord supports Capitol Commons businesses through special hotel packages that encourage their guests to visit neighboring O Steaks and Seafood, Red River Theaters, and Harkness Co-work Space. This community support has gone back to the hotel's beginnings. The presence of the Capitol Center for the Arts spurred the development of the Hotel Concord back in 2018. When the Capitol Center for the Arts began looking to renovate the former Concord Theater on South Main Street, the Hotel Concord invested in this project and helped to get the Bank of New Hampshire stage open in 2019. During the demolition portion of the renovation, the hotel donated rooms and food for folks involved in the project and hosted a dinner for the trustees of the stage. The Hotel Concord continues to support both of these arts venues by offering promotion codes for their guests and hosting countless performers for both venues. The first band to stay overnight at the Hotel Concord was Dark Star Orchestra, a Grateful Dead tribute band that was on tour at the Capitol Center for the Arts in November of 2019. Maybe there's some irony here, but I hear the band did stay in room 420. Other bands include Hall & Oates and Blue Oyster Cult, and the cast from Whose Line Is It Anyway recently stayed while on tour. Another local nonprofit organization that gives thanks to the Hotel Concord for their generous and ongoing support is the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness. The Hotel Concord supports the coalition in 3 key ways: through financial, in-kind, and civic engagement. The Hotel Concord donates funds to the coalition as one of their pillars of support by sponsoring key annual events. The hotel also provides a beautiful venue for fundraisers throughout the year. Greg Lessard, Director of Housing Initiatives for the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness, stated, "Both Jamie and Michael Simchick are always ready to help. They serve on the coalition's task force for new, affordable, and supportive housing, which works to bring the right partners together to end homelessness in our community." It is my pleasure to present the Hotel Concord with the Pinnacle Small Business of the Year Award. They are represented today by owners Jamie and Michael Simchick.
Thank you very much for the kind words. I didn't know we did that much stuff, but I'm happy. I want to thank the Chamber. You know, I totally believe that small business is the backbone of this country. And so to be honored with the Small Business Award of the Year for Concord is very humbling, and really appreciate that. But Jamie and I are really accepting this on behalf of a couple of other people. The hotel wouldn't be the hotel without the terrific efforts of our general manager, Michelle, and her staff. And through Michelle and the staff, they create such a wonderful environment, not only for our clientele, but also for our staff. And that's one thing that Jamie and I think are very, very proud of, is the environment for the staff. So thanks, Michelle, and thank you, everybody else. David Chamoyne, I have to mention, David initiated us too, and taught us how to operate and run a 4-diamond boutique hotel in the center of Concord. David, thanks. It's been a great journey, and it still continues. Jamie will probably say a few words in a second. I just would like to have a moment of personal reflection, if you don't mind. When I come to an event like this in Concord, it really reminds me of how I actually got to Concord. And about 20 years ago now, it was probably one of the best business decisions of my life. I had a meeting with Mayor Boulay, Thomas Bell, Matt Walsh. I think Bill Norton was at the meeting too. And at that meeting, they convinced me that our next project should be Capitol Commons. It was in the old Sears block, if you remember that in the area. And it was really the best decision I ever made. This community is wonderful. This community is very supportive. This community is a lot different than other communities I've worked in, and I think you all should be commended for that. So in closing, I would just like to say that I thank the Chamber again, but I really also thank the Concord community. And I thank the Concord community simply for being Concord. You're really special, and we're glad to be a part of it. Thank you so much.
I'll make this brief, but I just sort of want to reiterate, we have not had, well, first of all, when my dad asked me if I wanted to do a hotel with him, I was like, sure, we had no idea what we were doing. But, and hopefully that is, we've learned a lot, but, we haven't had like a normal year, right? You kind of had the ramp up, and then you had COVID, and now we're kind of coming out of it right now. So our team is awesome. Between David and Michelle, negotiating us through the pandemic based on their expertise, as well as the staff that we have found. I mean, luckily we never had to lay anyone off. We were just excited to keep a small team, and now we're growing it back up. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful we're such a part of the community, and we look forward to doing more, and thank you so much for this honor. We really appreciate it.
The 17th Annual Pinnacle Business of the Year Award is presented to Bangor Savings Bank. Bangor Savings Bank has been meeting the financial needs of New Englanders and investing in local communities for over 170 years. Their employees collectively donate thousands of service hours each year to support hundreds of causes throughout northern New England, helping local organizations energize and enhance the quality of life for their citizens. Since Bangor Savings Bank entered the Concord community 3 years ago, they've made a large impact on the area. One of the most impactful and heartfelt ways they participate is through employee volunteerism. This is so ingrained in Bangor's employee culture that they have a community calendar for staff to view and use to sign up for volunteer opportunities, community events, and network opportunities. Both Concord branches combined have served more than 915 volunteer hours in the greater Concord community in the last 12 months. Every other month, at least 6 staff volunteer their time to plan, prepare, cook, and serve a Tuesday night dinner for the patrons of the Friendly Kitchen. Over the last 3 years, both the Concord and Amherst branches have covered 7 different mobile pantries for the New Hampshire Food Bank. Many bank staff have also been steadfast supporters of Best Buddies International. In 2021, through multiple fundraising events over 12 weeks, one of which was a disc golf tournament generously sponsored by Bangor Savings Bank, the Concord branch successfully raised $20,000 for the Best Buddies organization. When asked about these local organizations and their missions, every staff member, from tellers to bank managers, executives, and the bank's board of directors, were passionate about these important causes, and there's no question about their continued support and many other important programs for years to come. But volunteer spirit doesn't stop here. The staff is also very involved in the chamber initiatives such as the Concord Young Professionals Network, Leadership Greater Concord, and the 33rd Annual Funds for Education Golf Tournament with the chamber. Last year, Bangor Savings Bank was not only the corporate sponsor for the golf tournament, but they played a key role in the success and fun of the day with over 20 staff volunteers on site. From greeting tournament players bright and early, to cooking and handing out hot dogs at a grilling station, to cheering on participants at the putting contest, the Bangor team's sportsmanship was showing through in everything they did out on the course. Beyond staff volunteering, Bangor Savings Bank has added to the momentum of charitable giving in the Concord community. Over the last 12 months, the Bangor Savings Bank Foundation has given $43,500 collectively to the Friends Program, New Hampshire Audubon, Concord Regional VNA, Fellowship Housing, Best Buddies of New Hampshire, the Friendly Kitchen, and NHTI Concord's Community College. In addition, local sponsorships have been provided to 23 organizations in the Concord area, totaling $30,000. Last year, they were one of the top sponsors of the Concord Multicultural Festival and sent multiple volunteers to assist on site coordinating food vouchers and payments to food vendors. Jessica Livingston, director of the Multicultural Festival, said, "What a huge help it was functionally to have Bangor's banking staff handling this very detailed and important task. They made it such a simple and smooth process for all involved." The bank will be supporting the event again this year and even has local staff on the planning committee for the festival. The bank also provides financial literacy education, working with Overcomers Refugee Services, Project Story, and Project Search to offer inclusive programs for middle and high school students, new Americans, and young people of diverse backgrounds in the Concord community. The bank is looking to expand this programming in the coming school year by bringing an initiative established by the Manchester branch and commended by the Commissioner of the New Hampshire Department of Education to the greater Concord community. Bangor Savings Bank supports local economy in both Maine and New Hampshire through their Buoy Local program, connecting locally owned businesses with local shoppers. What started out as a gift card back in 2015 has grown to a successful app with over 6,000 users and 75 participating New Hampshire businesses, 22 of which are downtown Concord businesses, mine too. This program offers free advertising, marketing, and rewards to participating businesses, and it rewards customers for shopping locally. This is not a money-making program for the bank, but a mission-driven program to connect customers with small businesses and encourage them to keep their dollars in the community by shopping local. Bangor Savings Bank's motto of "You Matter More" is truly demonstrated day after day through their business and nonprofit partnerships, staff volunteerism, and the support of activities in their local communities. It is my pleasure to award Bangor Savings Bank with the Pinnacle Business of the Year Award. They are represented today by the Director of Consumer Banking, Tricia Duchesneau, and Concord Branch Manager, Rebecca Brittenricker.
Thank you. I have to tell you, as I was enjoying a lovely lunch with my colleagues, it hit me, it occurred to me, this is for me my first in-person meal type event in over 2 years. And how lucky am I to be able to share that with all of you in this incredibly beautiful space. So thank you very much for having us. Thank you to the Greater Concord Chamber of Commerce. I'm honored to accept the Business of the Year Pinnacle Award on behalf of Bangor Savings Bank and our team here in Concord. For the last 170 years, Bangor Savings Bank has proudly served our local communities as a mutual bank, including the past 4 years here in the Concord community. Bangor Savings Bank's You Matter More promise is a commitment to our customers, our employees, and our communities. It's important to us that we leave things better than we found them. It's important to us that we do the right thing always and act as a partner to the people and communities that we serve. We're proud of the partnerships that we've built in the Concord area and look forward to many more years of serving this wonderful community. Thank you very, very much, and congratulations to all of the award recipients today.
All right. The 17th Annual Pinnacle Nonprofit Business of the Year Award is presented to the Friendly Kitchen. The Friendly Kitchen provides meals for the hungry in a warm and non-discriminatory environment through the coordination of community volunteers and resources. Their story began in 1980 when Pauline Bell served soup and sandwiches to 4 guests on the first night in the Community Activity Center on South Main Street. The organization grew quickly under the leadership of Hope Butterworth. They initially served dinner 3 nights per week, and within 19 years expanded to serving dinner 7 days per week, in addition to lunch 5 days a week, weekend breakfasts year-round, and weekday breakfasts in the winter. When a fire destroyed the Montgomery Street location in 2011, a capital campaign called Rising from the Ashes was launched to begin a rebuilding project. With funds raised from this campaign and with the expert architectural design of Jonathan Hawley of Warren Street Architects, they opened a warm, modern, and welcoming building on South Commercial Street, where they still operate today. The building offers a dining room that seats 120, a large kitchen, food pantry, office, storage, and outdoor eating area. The Friendly Kitchen is open and serves meals 365 days a year. The organization has only 1 full-time staff member and 13 very part-time staff. The success of the organization is truly due to the hard work of community-coordinated volunteers. With over 700 volunteers from 51 consistent volunteer groups, there is a total of over 12,000 volunteer hours per year logged at the Friendly Kitchen. This year, this dedicated team will plan, prepare, and serve over 40,000 meals to the Concord community. Before all of this food prep can take place, local restaurants make regular food deliveries and additional supplies are purchased through the New Hampshire Food Bank and the USDA food program. Twice per week, Hannaford Supermarkets delivers healthy and sustainable foods to the Friendly Kitchen. 90% of the bread served at the kitchen is from them, as well as many of the prepared food items that are shared with local families. Other organizations also provide non-perishable food donations throughout the year. All of these generous donations are sorted, inventoried, and stocked in the large pantry and walk-in cooler. The Friendly Kitchen gives back in more ways than just serving meals. They have a policy that nothing goes to waste. Use and expiration dates are closely monitored so food can be donated and used in other programs throughout Concord. If items are unable to be utilized in their kitchen or through one of their programs, they pay it forward and pass on what they can. One of these community action programs is a partnership with Horseshoe Pond to provide underserved seniors meals. The Friendly Kitchen provides 70 to 90 meals per week to singles and 1 couple who live at Horseshoe Pond. The passion of the board of directors drives the organization to continually look at what the needs of the community are. At the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Friendly Kitchen team immediately transitioned to serving 100% takeout meals without missing a day of serving our community. Gloved, masked, and social distanced, the volunteers continued to show up, plan, prep, cook, box, and serve meal after meal to their guests. Today, they are still offering optional takeout meals to those who are interested. With food insecurity issues growing in recent years, the Friendly Kitchen was prompted to create the Friendly Family Meal Program. After understanding that many families are unable to go to the Friendly Kitchen to receive a meal, the organization began creating family-sized take-and-bake meals. In April 2021, this pilot program began with the help of the Merrimack Valley Daycare, the Boys and Girls Club of Concord, the Friends Program, and the Children's Place. The program initially provided meals to 7 families in Concord. In just 1 year, the program now serves 2 meals per week to 60 families and offers education around food assistance programs to 104 adults and 100 children in our community. Just last month, in response to local concerns of food insecurity during April school vacation, the Friendly Kitchen provided box meals to 20 families, over 450 pounds of food to help them during vacation week. The Friendly Kitchen continues to facilitate people serving people, a motto that emphasizes a welcoming atmosphere, mission of inclusivity, and outstanding community partnerships that this organization has fostered for 44 years. It is my pleasure to award the Friendly Kitchen with the Pinnacle Nonprofit of the Year Award. They are represented today by the Friendly Kitchen Executive Director, Valerie Guy.
Thank you so much. I've invited our board chair, Sue Buxton, to come up and say a few words as well. I'm sorry, I'm a little hoarse. Those of you out there, I would like to congratulate the other award recipients, Erin, Megan, the Hotel Concord, Bangor Savings, and Jonathan, who we feel are very important community partners of ours. As Elyssa stated, we would not thrive for 42 years without the generosity of this great community that we are all part of. I look at this award as really a recognition of the volunteerism that we have. I always say this organization would exist whether I was part of it or not. The volunteers are going to continue to show up every day and make sure people are fed. I want to thank Joanne Telgener for writing the nomination for the organization. And in speaking about the family meal program, as it was indicated, we're serving 60 families, which we've already been asked to double that. 120 families is a lot, so obviously we could not do this again without the generosity of community members such as yourself. I want to pass it off to Sue.
So it's really my pleasure to thank Val and her leadership, which has been really instrumental in getting the family-friendly meal off the ground. It's something that the board has wanted to do for many years, is to increase our service to those folks that are food insecure in the community. And to thank all of you in this room, because truly the Friendly Kitchen's success is a result of this incredible community. It wouldn't be successful without all of the people and businesses in Concord. So congratulations to all of you too. Thank you.
All right, last one, guys. The 17th Annual Pinnacle Business Leader of the Year Award is presented to Jonathan Halle. Jonathan is the president, co-owner, and managing member of Warren Street Architects. Upon graduating from Manchester Central High School in 1980 and still unsure of his career path, Jonathan took a year off and began working in construction, gaining valuable hands-on experience in the building and trades industry. It was here that he first became familiar with the profession of drafting, and an unrecognized talent for drawing soon became his catalyst for a new career. After graduating summa cum laude from Roger Williams University with a 5-year Bachelor of Architecture degree, he and 2 partners started Sherman Greiner Hawley Limited in February of 1990. This was a full-service planning, architecture, landscape architecture, and interior design firm dedicated to providing innovative, sustainable, and socially responsible design practices throughout New England. In 2008, as the remaining sole owner, Jonathan took a leap of faith and legally modified the firm's name and business structure, becoming one of the first employee-owned design service cooperatives known to exist in the country at the time. This unique designation of ownership has continued after 32 years and allows Warren Street employees to grow and flourish with the firm financially and empowers them to take a more active role in the firm's future direction and leadership. Jonathan holds numerous architectural certifications in the state of New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York. In addition to his architectural degree and unique dual architecture and landscape architecture licensure, he has a master's degree in community economic development from Southern New Hampshire University and a graduate certificate program in negotiations and mediation from Notre Dame University. He is also a proud graduate of the Chamber's Leadership Greater Concord program. More than anything, John enjoys giving back to New Hampshire and his local community in Concord. Since the start of his career, he and Warren Street have donated countless pro bono services to numerous agencies and causes that benefit the greater good. He currently volunteers with several organizations, including serving as steering committee co-chair of Building on Hope, secretary and board member of the New Hampshire AIA Disaster Response Team, and chair of the board of directors for the Animal Rescue League of Bedford, New Hampshire. John is a leader that doesn't just promote social responsibility, but embodies and embraces it. Jonathan has led over a dozen community impact projects throughout the state over the last decade, volunteering his time on many notable projects in our area. For the New Hampshire State Veterans Cemetery, Jonathan provided design services for the Marine and Army Memorial. Warren Street was the architect for the original cemetery design, including the administration building and chapel in 1994. Several other projects completed include the Center of Flags, Memorial Walk Bay, and the 2018 Veterans Heritage Learning Center edition, for which Warren Street services were retained. He also provided full architectural design services through construction administration for the Concord Coalition to End Homelessness on a new 4,000 square foot cold weather emergency shelter to serve the Concord homeless population. He continues to support the coalition by actively working to renovate a downtown Concord building into 4 one-bedroom apartments. And as previously referenced, Jonathan provided full architectural design services through construction administration for Concord's only community soup kitchen, the Friendly Kitchen. One of Jonathan's achievements over the last decade that also speaks to his significant community leadership is the affiliation and involvement he has with the Building on Hope organization. In 2007, the ABC network hit television show Extreme Home Makeover came to New Hampshire, and Warren Street Architects was asked to participate, providing $85,000 worth of pro bono architectural support services. Jonathan was deeply impacted by the experience and established Building on Hope the following year in 2008, when a small group of friends had a vision of organizing their own extreme makeover for a local nonprofit. During this time of the recession, it became clear that nonprofits were struggling to keep their doors open, and many were in need of their own extreme makeovers. Today, Building on Hope is a 100% volunteer-run group operating solely with donated materials, service, and labor to help renovate a nonprofit facility every 2 years. Jonathan Hawley serves as lead architectural designer and a co-chair steering committee member. To date, they have completed $6.1 million worth of improvements for 6 nonprofit organizations, including National Police Athletic League, Easter Seals, Girls Inc., Opportunity Networks, the Manchester Police Athletic League, and the Crisis Center for Central New Hampshire. While all of these amazing transformations have been made possible by the collective efforts of hundreds of organizations and individuals brought together through Building on Hope, an immense part of the success stems from the many strong connections and partnerships Jonathan has established throughout his 36 years as a business leader. Jonathan has proved himself to be an outstanding leader in his firm and industry, growing Warren Street Architects Incorporated exponentially from the 3-person firm it originated as in 1990. Over the last 3 decades, he has demonstrated a keen business sense, entrepreneurial spirit, and a deep commitment to the community. It is my pleasure to present Jonathan Hawley with the Pinnacle Business Leader of the Year Award.
So I asked my daughter to come up with me here, and she said, "Dad, don't do that to me." So I got to give you a little context. She knows me as dad who can be loud and can be the center of attention. So when I told her I had a knot in my stomach, she said, "No, you don't." So about a month ago, Lori called us, the entire staff, down to the office and down to the conference room and said, "You won this award." And I'm not one to get emotional or excited or anything, and I just said, "That's great, back to work." Until yesterday, I had a call with a gentleman by the name of Rob Prunier from Harvey Construction. It was about 4 o'clock, and he said, "John, this is a big deal. And I want to thank him for the knot in my stomach." And still there. So I've sat down a couple of times in the last couple of days to try to write my thoughts, and it didn't happen, so I'm going to wing it. Warren Street is 32 years old, and I'm incredibly proud of our staff. Pat Sherman, who was my partner in 1990 when we started this business in the first recession that I went through, actually came out of the woods in Newbury, and she's at our table today, and I want to just acknowledge her and thank her for her support. Warren Street is an incredible group of people, and I couldn't be more proud. There's 2 tables of 12 people over there that I want to say thank you to. I am extremely grateful and thankful for the recognition, but it's not me, it's the group at those 2 tables that allow me to do what I do. I'm going to be brief. The Warren Street, we do architecture, we do design, we do all of those things. If I could work every day pro bono, doing things for nonprofits, that's what I would do. There's a couple of people here that are from Building on Hope that have been together for more than 10 years, and Sean from the Nashua Pal, that was the last project that we did. It's what Warren Street allows me to do that allowed us to do what we did at NPAL. It was more than $1 million renovation to that program that affects a lot of children, and it was all done pro bono, and it was all done by the community. Contractors, everybody shows up. And in fact, people cringe when I call because they know I'm asking for help. So I just want to say, thanks to Warren Street. I want to say thank you to my wife who made this happen. Enough is enough. We're done, okay? And I want to say thanks to my daughter, who's actually took the day off from school to be here to support me. Thank you very much.
So thank you again to all our 22 award recipients for your continued positive impact on the greater Concord community. Great turnout today. Thank you all for coming. Thank you to Eversource, for Eastern Bank, Sanel Napa, and all our sponsors for today's event. And we look forward to seeing you in the near future at the next Chamber event. Have a great day, everybody.